Tom thought he had this one solved. He'd cracked the delivery thing, or so he believed. He bought the membership, the one that zeroes out the delivery fee, and honestly, he felt pretty smart about it. $0 for delivery, right there on the screen, in green. He'd beaten the system. He hadn't. He really hadn't. Because the biggest charge on Tom's receipt was never labeled as a fee. It had no line of its own. It didn't get a name. It didn't get a little question mark icon next to it, and no membership on earth was ever going to touch it. It was sitting inside the price of the food, in the one place Tom would never think to look, because who audits a burrito? So I pulled the receipt apart. One bowl, $12 if he walks in and picks it up himself, and I ran the full stack on what that same bowl costs him through the app. And the gap was wide enough that I sketched it twice before I trusted my own arithmetic. Okay, so let me draw it out for you. Here's what I want to do in the next few minutes. I'm going to take one completely ordinary order and pull it apart layer by layer, in the exact order the app builds it, so you can see where every dollar lands and who is holding it when the music stops. Then I'm going to show you the part almost nobody notices, which is that one hidden layer quietly makes two other charges bigger. Not as a figure of speech, as arithmetic you can do on a napkin. And look, I'm not here to tell you that delivery is evil or that you're bad with money for tapping the button. I've tapped the button. I tapped it on a Tuesday when I owned a car, a working kitchen, and 4 eggs. This isn't about guilt. It's about seeing the number. Because once you've actually seen it, the whole thing stops working on you quite the same way. Let's start with why Tom's logic is good logic. Because it is. I want to be fair to him before I take him apart. The app shows him 3 numbers before he pays. There's the food. There's a delivery fee, usually somewhere around $2 or $3. Sometimes 5 or 6 if he lives out past the ring road. And there's the tip, which he sets himself. 3 numbers, all visible, all stacked in one tidy little box at checkout. Tom looks at those 3, decides the delivery fee is the enemy, and goes hunting for a way to kill it. So he buys the membership, roughly $10 a month. Delivery drops to 0 on most orders. Service fee gets trimmed. He orders about 4 times a month. He was paying around $3 a pop in delivery, so he's saving 12 and spending 10. He wins. Barely. But he wins. And here's the thing. Tom just optimized the smallest layer on his receipt, enthusiastically, with a subscription. Here's the part nobody draws on the napkin. The app doesn't make most of its money from Tom. It makes it from the restaurant. A January 2026 industry report estimated that restaurant commissions typically land somewhere between 10% and 30% per order. I'll link the exact report below because the tier matters, with the tiers starting around 15% for a basic listing and climbing toward 30% if the restaurant wants to actually be visible inside the app. Which, you know, is the entire reason to be in the app in the first place. Now, hold that next to another number from that same reporting. Typical net margins for an independent restaurant run somewhere between 3% and 9%. So sketch it with me. A restaurant that keeps maybe 6 cents of profit on a dollar is being asked to hand back 25 or 30 cents of that same dollar just to be findable. That math doesn't close. It just doesn't. So the restaurant does the only thing left on the table. It raises the price on the app. And that's the whole trick. Right there. The commission never disappears. It gets handed down a hallway. The platform hands it to the restaurant. The restaurant hands it to you. And you are standing at the end of that hallway with nobody left to hand it to. I'll be straight with you. This reframed the entire thing for me. For years, I thought of the fees as the cost of delivery. They aren't. They're the visible part. The real charge is a commission you never see, sitting quietly inside the price of your food, dressed up as dinner. Okay, watch this. One order, round numbers, real structure, and I'll flag every assumption as I go. Tom's usual is a burrito bowl. On the menu board inside the restaurant, it's $12. He walks in, pays sales tax at say 8%, and he's out the door at $12.96. Call it 13. That's our baseline, and I want you to hold on to it. Now, the app. Layer 1. That same bowl on the app is listed at $15. That's a 25% markup. And honestly, I'm being gentle. A Finance Buzz study reported around December 2024 compared app menus against in-store menus at a batch of well-known chains and found average markups running roughly 69% to 92% depending on the platform. One order that cost $9.85 inside the store rang up at $23.01 in the app. Even the tamer chains were adding 44% to 77%. I'm using 25% because I want this to be unarguable, not dramatic. Layer 2. The service fee. Commonly around 15% of the subtotal. On $15, that's $2.25. Layer 3. The delivery fee. Call it $2.99. Layer 4. Tax. But watch where it lands. It's charged on $15, not on $12. At 8%, that's $1.20. Layer 5. The tip. Tom's a decent guy. He leaves $4. Add the stack. 15 plus $2.25 plus $2.99 plus $1.20 plus 4. That is $25.44. $13 if he walks in, $25.44 if he taps. Same bowl, same kitchen, same guy scooping the rice. And that's just one burrito. Now here's the number that surprised me, and it's the reason this video has the title it has. Go back to layer 1. That $3 markup buried in the food price. It doesn't just sit there being quiet. The service fee is a percentage. So 15% of that $3 is another 45 cents. The tax is a percentage. So 8% of that $3 is another 24 cents. And if Tom tips by percentage instead of leaving a flat $4, he tips on it too. So a $3 markup actually costs him about $3.69. He pays for it once as food. Then he pays for it again on top of itself. Twice. For the crime of it existing. No line item, no label. Just a bigger number where the price used to be. Small drawing. Big number. So let's go back to Tom and his membership, because I promised I'd show you what it bought him. With the membership, the delivery fee goes to $0. The service fee gets cut, call it roughly in half. So $1.13 instead of $2.25. His order total drops from $25.44 down to $21.33. Then spread that $10 monthly fee across his 4 orders, which is $2.50 an order, and his real cost lands at about $23.83. He started at $25.44. He's now at $23.83. Tom paid $10 a month to shave about $1.60 off a $12 problem. And he did it feeling clever. Honestly, that's the part I find kind of beautiful, in a grim way. The membership does exactly what it advertises. It just points at the smallest layer on the receipt and takes a victory lap. And there's a second thing the membership does, which the company says out loud in its own numbers. In its second quarter, 2025 results, the largest platform tied membership growth directly to average order frequency reaching an all-time high. That's the honest version of the pitch. It isn't built to make you spend less per order. It's built to make you order more often. And look, that's not a scandal. That's a business model. It's just worth knowing which side of it you're standing on. Let's zoom out for 1 second, because the scale of this is genuinely hard to picture. That same platform's annual filing for 2025 puts the total dollar value of orders flowing through its marketplaces at about $102 billion, up 27% in a single year, with a net revenue margin of 13.4%. Translation into human, roughly 13 cents of every dollar moving through that marketplace stays with the platform. 13 cents. That's the most modest-sounding number in this entire video, and it's sitting on top of a $100 billion river. Now here's the question nobody asks, and I want to take it seriously, because I think it's the strongest argument against everything I've just told you. Isn't this simply what delivery costs somebody got in a car and brought you hot food? Cars cost money. Time costs money. Shouldn't that be expensive? Yes. Genuinely, yes. The problem was never that delivery costs money. The problem is where the cost is hiding and who it's actually paying. So look at the receipt one more time. The tip is the line that reaches the courier most directly. The delivery fee and the service fee are the platform's lines. And that silent markup inside the food price is the restaurant clawing back the commission it already paid. Of Tom's $12.48 premium, $4 went to the human being who actually drove. The other $8 and change went to the machinery. I'm not saying the machinery is worthless. Somebody built the app. Somebody staffs the support line. Somebody eats the loss when your order evaporates. But you should know what you're buying. You're not buying $8 of driving. You're buying $8 of marketplace. And I'm not the only one who finds the labeling confusing. In December 2024, the Federal Trade Commission and a state attorney general settled with one of the major delivery platforms over how it presented delivery costs to customers. Among other claims, the judgment was $140 million, reduced to $25 million after the company said it couldn't pay the full amount. With most of the money earmarked for customer refunds, the company denied the allegations. As part of that settlement, it agreed to disclose the full cost of delivery up front and to make its subscription easier to cancel. I want to be careful here. A settlement is not a confession, and one company is not an entire industry. But when a regulator has to write, "Show people the real price" into a legal agreement as a condition, that tells you something about what the default looked like. Here's a stranger one. In January 2024, one American city passed a courier pay law. Within days, the major apps added a flat fee of roughly $4.99 to every order in that city, labeled as a response to the regulation. As of my recording date, reporting says the fees there have climbed again since. Now, you can argue about that law all day long, and believe me, people have. What I want you to notice isn't the politics, it's the mechanism. The consumer fee is a dial, and it turns. Now, I'd be lying if I said it always goes this way. There are people for whom delivery isn't convenience, it's access. If you don't have a car, if you can't drive today, if you're home with a kid running a fever, or you're 6 days out from surgery, then that $12 premium isn't a luxury tax. It's a ramp. And I'm not going to stand here with a marker and tell somebody in that situation to walk 4 minutes. There are also restaurants that price their app menu identically to the board hanging inside. They exist. They eat the commission out of their own margin because they'd rather not lie to you about a bowl of rice. And when you find one, you should probably order from them until the end of time. And if your working hour is worth more than $12, and you'd genuinely spend that hour working instead of scrolling, then delivery just bought you an hour at a discount. That's a real trade, and the math actually backs it. So the problem was never the button. It's pressing the button while believing the delivery fee is the price. Okay, so what do I actually do about it? None of this is financial advice. It's just the sequence I run. And the whole thing takes about 10 minutes once. 1. Pick the restaurant you order from most. Open the app. Then open that restaurant's own website right beside it. Compare a single item. Just one. You're not fixing anything yet. You're just looking at the gap. For a lot of people, this entire video is one screenshot. 2. If that gap is ugly, order direct from the restaurant when they offer it. Their site, their phone line, their own online menu. That's the version where the commission never enters the hallway at all. 3. If you're staying in the app, use pickup mode when you're already out of the house anyway. The commission a restaurant pays on pickup runs far below what it pays on delivery, and some of them price pickup honestly because of it. 4. Stop placing tiny orders. Every percentage-based fee and every small order surcharge punishes a $9 craving far harder than a $40 dinner. Batch it. One deliberate order beats 3 impulsive ones. 5. If you're keeping the membership, run it against your real order count, not your imagined one. Open your order history and count. If the answer is 2 orders a month, that membership is a donation. 6. And this is the one I actually care about. Take your delivery premium, whatever it looks like for you, and draw it across a year. Spending data published in November 2024 put average food delivery spend at around $118 a month, which made it the 3rd largest non-essential spending category, behind only travel and fine dining. Not the 3rd largest for reckless people. For everybody. So say your premium is $50 a month. If you took that $50 and put it into a broad index fund instead, and it averaged 8% a year, that's roughly $9,100 in 10 years and roughly $29,000 in 20. And I want to be very clear about that 8%. It's an illustration, not a promise. Markets do whatever they feel like. Nobody hands you 8% because you got annoyed at a burrito, but over those 20 years, you'd have put in about $12,000 of your own money. 12 in, 29 out. That's the shape of the thing. So here's where I land. The real trap isn't the delivery fee. It was never the delivery fee. The real trap is a checkout screen that shows you 3 numbers, lets you go to war with the smallest one, and quietly charges you for the biggest one twice, tucked inside a price you assumed was just the price of food. You're the last pair of hands in that hallway. That's fine. Just know what you're holding. It's not a delivery service you're paying for. It's a commission you inherited. Here's what I want you to do this week, and it takes about 90 seconds. Next time you're one tap away, open one more tab first. The restaurant's own menu. Look at the same item, side by side, and then decide. Not because delivery is wrong, but because you should be the one choosing what you're paying for, with your eyes open, in daylight. And if that gap makes you say something out loud in your own kitchen, tell me what the item was. I read those. If you want to watch me run this exact trick on the charges already sitting on your bank statement right now, I've drawn that one out too. It's the same hallway, different hot potato, because $12 never feels like anything until you draw it across a year, and that's the only number that matters.